Welcome back to Sips of Cinema. My name's Cameron Kozak, your host, and this is my co-host, also my brother, Chandler Kozak. Today we're going to be enjoying some Coke while talking about movies, and we're going to start a new segment called Is That Peak Cinema? Or What Do We Think Is Peak Cinema? And basically we're just going to pick 5 movies that I don't know what he picked, he doesn't know what I picked, and we're picking movies that we personally think are peak cinema. Now, I easily could have just gone in the route of just choosing my top 5 favorite movies of all time for this first one, but I don't even think I incorporated any of my top 5 favorite movies of all time in this one, just so that we can spread it out.
Oh, wow, we're not talking about Whiplash today?
I don't think so. I can check. Maybe I did put it on my list, but I figured like we could easily just talk about my top 5 favorite movies of all time, but it would be fun to spread it out over like, you know, other segments. So we're going to do that and we'll get started, but yeah, cue the intro. All right, so I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hopefully none of ours overlap.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if they do it, that's okay.
Yeah.
But
and I
yeah.
guess there's no telling if this is going to be a long or a short episode because we each chose 5. So it could either go a while or...
Depending on if like I've seen one that, if I haven't seen one that you talked about, it'll be shorter because...
You've definitely seen one.
Okay, cool. Okay, because I know you might have picked like an anime or something, and I know I've seen a couple anime movies. Okay,
I didn't do any anime.
You've seen most, if not all, but I think you may have not seen one of these. But anyways, so like I said, he doesn't know any of the ones that I picked, and the first one is Godzilla -1.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, Godzilla -1.
I can see that.
I remember because we saw that in the theater when it first came out, and I remember when it first was announced, I wasn't like convinced that it was going to be something so freaking awesome. Like I was like, we just got a Godzilla movie, so I don't know if this movie's going to be anything new or interesting. And then we went to go see it, and it seriously is just like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Actually, by the way, this art piece was done by an amazing artist. Her name is Soofia. I'll tag her down below or in the video for her TikTok and Instagram. She created this masterpiece, and actually Godzilla -1 is at the very tippy top of it. It's absolutely incredible, so go check her out. She does incredible artwork. But anyways, so Godzilla -1, this movie freaking bangs so hard. I mean, it is so good. Also, it became the first. It's not the first Godzilla movie to ever be nominated for an Oscar. I don't think, but it was the. Actually, yeah, I think it was. I think it was the first Godzilla movie to ever be nominated for Best Visual Effects, and it won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Which, by the way, this film had a budget of $10 million. $10 million, and I think it was like 19 people worked on it or something for the visual effects, and the director was one of the visual effects artists on it. And actually, I want to look it up. It was how many people?
It's amazing what can happen with money in a movie when it's not Hollywoodified.
I know, it's just like, and I've made that argument in TikTok a lot, especially when I like talk about Godzilla -1, because like not all of Hollywood Godzilla movies are bad. I do like the 2014 Godzilla movie. I think that one is definitely the better one, and I like Kong Skull Island, but I just think that they put so much money into these movies, and they just like focus so much. And I know people go to see these Godzilla movies just to see destruction, just to see buildings get exploded, just to see a whole entire like continent get taken out. And I get that. I understand that. But my argument with Godzilla -1 is that it is the best Godzilla movie of all time. It is. I personally think it's my favorite. It's amazing. But what I love about it, and people hate this take, but I like how it actually focuses a lot of the time on the human. And like the human aspect of it, because
like the experience of what Godzilla, like the happening.
Like Godzilla -1, literally, it's called -1 because they're not even at ground zero; they're at -1. The Godzilla, his atomic blast is a metaphor and symbolism for World War II. Like, I mean, it is an incredible movie in the way that they incorporate Godzilla. Which, by the way, the Godzilla design in this movie.
Peak.
It is, yes, it's peak. It's so good. It is the best Godzilla that we've ever gotten. It's creepy, like especially the atomic blast scene. You got to put that scene in there in the video.
I'll pop it up right now.
It is, yeah. It is so good. And you can watch this movie in black and white too, which I highly recommend it on Netflix. It's -1 minus color, and although like you can have the incredible colors that -1 has, especially with the atomic blast, with it being blue and just glorious in black and white, it almost looks like you're what I love so much about this movie is that the visual effects. I know I'm mixing things together, but basically the way this movie looks, especially in the black and white, is this movie reminds me of the old classic Godzillas. And I love how the visual effects really helps with that. Like the Godzilla moves slow, almost like there's someone. Even our dad was like, "Are you sure there's not someone in that costume?" I was like, "Okay, Dad." No, but like the visual effects are really good, and they do it specifically to like have that weight. Like you feel every single footstep of Godzilla, like with the building shaking, the camera shaking. You feel every single footstep with this Godzilla, and it's so good. Now, I've been talking a lot about it, but you go ahead talking about it.
I agree. And I think when you and I saw it for the first time, we did see it in black and white. I think our original watch of it was in black and white, wasn't it?
They released it after the fact. So it was kind of like...
Oh, they didn't do that? I could have sworn. No. Maybe it was on my rewatch then.
I think it was probably on your rewatch because
I could have sworn we saw it in black and white.
No, I think we saw it. A lot of the movie isn't like super colorful.
It's really desaturated.
Yeah, and there's only like super colorful parts are when Godzilla is like doing his atomic blast. So it is already like a very like diluted color movie, but in black and white it's such a different experience. Like definitely recommend watching it in black and white.
You know what I think would be interesting? If I don't know why English was like failing for a second there when I was speaking, but it would have been really cool if they did kind of like a merge of the two. And this is going to be unnecessary, so it's never going to happen. But if they did the whole movie in black and white, except for when Godzilla was using his blast, and like just that was like this bright, vibrant, like blue.
Oh, in the black and white.
In the black and white version.
Yeah.
So like actually, just the destruction with his blast would be in color.
I had a similar idea for when it's a totally different movie, but when Joker came out, the 2019 one, I had a similar idea to how they could have made a black and white version of that movie, and then the only color that we see is blood. Like or any sort of like blood that he has on his face, or any blood that he deals like with people. I think that would be really cool. So I agree. I think if they somehow added like another version to Netflix where the only color that we see would be the atomic blast, it would be so good. It would be such a nice like shock, because in the black and white you do lose like that color, but it's still so cool. It is just the shot with Godzilla standing and like the mushroom bomb in the background just about to disintegrate the entire city is just it is like, this movie is so amazing, and I highly recommend just going on YouTube and looking up the visual effects process. And
I was about to say that it's really impressive.
It's incredible, and actually, 35 artists. So 35 artists created all 610 visual effect shots. So let's look up. I want to look up what other movies. So that movie came out in 2023. So 2024
look up
Oscar visual effects.
Look up the size of the team of people on Marvel movies.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I think so. I just want to see, because there are some of those nominations from that year. So yeah, the nominations for best visual effects that year was Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which they had, I'm pretty sure, something like 2,300 artists on it, or something like that.
I wasn't even gonna say that.
Napoleon, The Creator, and Mission Impossible 7. To have Godzilla -1, a $10 million, like pretty much independently funded film, not necessarily, but it is definitely more of an indie film, to win. That is, I made a video on it on my YouTube probably around a year ago on how it's probably one of the best Oscar wins like ever.
I agree.
The fact that it won is absolutely incredible to me. I think that it is just like so deserving. Like definitely, like all the other movies were, had really good visual effect shots, especially Guardians of the Galaxy, like Volume 3. Like they all had really good visual effect shots, but I don't think anything compares to what they were able to do with Godzilla -1, which -0 is coming out this year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I am so excited. I am so freaking pumped for that movie. I know it's going to be absolutely spectacular.
I hope they do a black and white theatrical release because that'd be cool.
That would be really
That'd
cool.
be really cool.
I hope they re-release it back in theaters because it honestly would benefit them because I don't think it made a lot of money. I think it like in terms of how much it cost to make, I think it made at least probably 30 million, which is a decent payday for that kind of budget. But I think it would be really cool and beneficial if they brought it back into theaters, especially if they did see like it needs to be because I don't think we saw it on IMAX or like a big screen. We may have.
No,
but
it wasn't.
It wasn't. Yeah, I don't think it was because it was one of those movies that just like wasn't really in the theater that long. And I think they re-released it in theaters a little bit ago, but they have to re-release it or like do like a double showing. It's just
Oh, I would love a double showing. Oh my gosh, that'd be so good.
yeah. It's just it is such an amazing movie. And actually, you know what? That might be in like my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So maybe I did incorporate one. I think I was thinking about it like a little bit ago and like where it ranks as far as like my favorite movies of all time. And every single time I rewatch that movie, it just blows my mind every single time. The score,
Yeah.
also another,
yes.
also another thing that really kind of transports you back into like the 50s, like just the tubas, the trombones, the trumpets, like it's just boom. Like it really emphasizes how humongous this Godzilla is. So good. So good. I could talk about Godzilla -1 for a long time. But do you have any more thoughts on it?
Not really. I mean, I think we covered it. It's
Yeah.
just,
It's
a banger.
It's a beast.
It's so good.
It's
literally.
yeah,
It's
literally,
a beast.
yeah. But it's so good. So if you haven't seen Godzilla -1, yes, it is peak cinema. We agree.
Yeah.
It's peak cinema. Definitely go watch Godzilla -1. But we are moving on to the next movie, which is your pick. So what are you gonna say?
We're gonna move from one beast to
Okay.
another in The Founder. I think The
Totally
Founder-
different beasts.
Yes, very different.
Yeah.
beast.
Great movie. So go ahead and explain what The Founder is.
Founder is the story about McDonald's.
Yep.
Essentially, how it started from a little small brother, like 1-2 location.
Yep.
Turn into this massive onslaught of fast food everywhere.
Yep.
And the means that the founder went about doing it.
Yeah, Ray Kroc.
Yeah, more like Ray Crook.
Yeah, Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Obviously, the story of it is following like the villain, obviously, because he took this pure thing that was just like borderline perfection in terms of like a quick turnaround fast food burger and turned it into this just like I said beast.
Yep.
Just like a beast of a business.
Well, honestly, it was Ray Kroc that turned it into a beast of a business.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
He turned it into.
It was
beast
the
that
other
it
two
is.
that were like preventing it, which without Ray Kroc, McDonald's wouldn't be what it is today.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
no.
be. It
like-
would be one location.
Yeah, it
if
would
that.
be. Yeah, and it would
'Cause
honestly, by now, it'd probably be gone.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it definitely. It would have been lost.
Mhm.
It would have been lost to time. Because like, but there's a part of it too that's. I'm more so on the side of the original like McDonald's brothers, like the people that started it.
Oh yeah,
because
me too. I
Ray-
love that kind of
Ray
stuff.
Kroc or Ray Kroc, whatever his name was.
Ray Kroc, you got it.
I know it's Ray Kroc,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like he ruined it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like obviously
He-
we have McDonald's now because of him, and like sure that's amazing. Also, probably not that amazing because we, as a country, should probably lose a little bit of weight here and there.
Yeah,
But,
well, McDonald's used to be. Well, McDonald's never used to be a healthy spot, but they did used to make it with beef tallow, and it used to be healthier. But now they're
Yeah.
using it in seed oils, and it's just not as healthy and not as nutritious as it could be.
Mhm.
And I think the government's trying to get beef tallow back into McDonald's. I think
Oh, that'd be great.
I think a couple. I think actually Japan. I think they use beef tallow.
Yeah, probably.
In all those countries. But I agree. The Founder is great. I remember because I think this movie was released in 2016, and I remember seeing a trailer for it, and I just was like one of those movies that I was just like hooked on. I was like, we gotta go see this movie. And then we saw it with with our mom and dad, and I just that like I don't know there's something so special about that movie. Just the way it goes about, like really emphasizing like the cozy nature of like a fast food chain that's doing something new and different. Like ever since that movie, I have wanted to have a classic McDonald's burger because I can almost guarantee you that what you have now, it
Nowhere
tastes
near.
nothing.
No.
Like that was an actual burger. Like when I see a McDonald's burger, I actually don't really consider. I know it's going to sound pretentious of me, but I actually don't really consider that a burger. Quarter pounder, yeah, that's more of a burger. But their cheeseburger, and I've worked at McDonald's. That was my first job, by the way. I did work at McDonald's. And actually, funny story. I remember my interview for working at McDonald's. I remember telling them, I was like, actually, to be totally honest with you, I saw this movie called The Founder, and I was always interested in like it made me interested in like the fast food market, and that was part of my interview. I think that was like the movie buff in me, trying to come out, because that was when I started working at McDonald's. I had already been doing content creation, so it was a part-time job on top of a part-time job on top of a full-time student, but I do remember that being like what in my interview.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. And then so yeah, I worked there for a bit, like probably like 2.5 years, and their burgers, their cheeseburgers, they're so manufactured. You cook like 9 of them at a time. There's no heart and soul in it. It's just it's not good. And then they tried to change it up by putting actual, like, you put onions on it, so the onions get grilled rather than putting the raw onions on it. And the onions are just dehydrated onions that they soak in water overnight, and then you yeah. I know. Yeah, yeah, it is. The quarter pounder is definitely a burger. Yeah,
what are we doing?
What are we talking? Yeah. What are we doing?
Welcome back to the Sips and Burger Flips podcast.
Put that on a t-shirt. Yeah, quarter pounder is actually a burger. But no, I agree. The Founder is really, really, really good. And like I said, I've always wanted to really have an authentic McDonald's burger, just like, because the way they described it in that movie of just like, the perfect fry, a little crunchy on the outside, a little soft on the inside, and just it's
the way they showed them like mapping out how they're going to organize the kitchen, and then like the actual scenes of them moving through the different.
That's heart
different
and soul.
Stations. Yeah,
that is because they do have. I think, is it in California? I don't think it's in California. It's in a state.
Really?
Yeah, it's in a state.
It's in one of the 50.
Yeah. Where they have it's an original McDonald's. There is one over in I think it's I don't know if it's Jackson in Michigan.
Yeah, there's one with
there's
like the
one
old school, like
yeah,
golden
and you
arch
do
looking,
walk up to it, but it's not the same like classic
Mm.
design. But you do walk up to get it. And I haven't been there yet, but I doubt. I'm sure it probably just tastes like regular McDonald's. But yeah, The Founder, it's a really good movie. It's a really good movie, and it's a really good biopic. Like I wish they made more. Like I wish they made more biopics like that, where they didn't focus so much on like the person that it's about, but really about like the story. Because I think The Founder is definitely a really, really, really good one.
So is this going to be another where I say beast to another beast? Are you going to go biopic to another biopic and talk about Blackberry?
That's not on my list, but that is a very good movie. Let's see. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine, yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, another beast. Logan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, another beast.
Logan. Yeah. So Logan has a very, very special place in my heart, because that movie is almost 10 years old, and honestly, I am hoping, I'm trying my best to, like, hopefully this podcast can grow a little bit within the next year, but I want to try to get Hugh Jackman on to talk about like, well, it'll be next year, it'll be 10 years since it came out in March 3rd. I know the date, but March 3rd, 2027 will be 10 years, and it'll be not right before, but it'll be around the time that Secret Wars is probably going to start getting a lot more hype around it, because Doomsday will already be out, and Hugh Jackman might be in Doomsday, but I know he's it's pretty much been confirmed that he's going to be have a huge role in Secret Wars, so it'll just be so perfect if we get him.
Role?
Yeah, if we get him on, because it would be so cool to talk about, one, his career as Wolverine, having done it for almost 30 years. By that time, it'll be like 26 years, 27 years. And just Logan in particular, because Logan is so good. So this movie, I was absolutely, absolutely obsessed with, and I still love it. But it was just one of those movies that it was such a, because Deadpool had came out. That was like the first, not the first, because we had the Blade movies, but pretty much like the first mainstream Marvel movie, because when people saw Blade, not everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that's a Marvel movie." Like, now you have to be like, you know, a Marvel lover to really know that Blade was, you know, the really first R-rated Marvel movie. But Deadpool kind of changed the game as far as
Was the Punisher? Was the original Punisher movie?
Oh right, yeah.
Was that rated R?
Yeah, I think
don't
all
remember
of them.
if it was.
I think all of them were. The one with Dolph Lundgren was rated R, and that one was from the 80s. The 2000s or late 90s was R. I guess there have been a lot of R-rated Marvel movies, but whenever I think of like the first R-rated Marvel movie, for some reason I always think of Deadpool. I don't know why. I think because Deadpool is just so far-fetched as far as like a Marvel movie. Like, just there's just like so much going on in that movie. But so Deadpool had just come out like the year prior, and then Logan, I remember we were in our MJR, which, to people that don't live in Michigan, MJR is like basically our AMC, even though we do have a couple AMCs, but like AMC is like a LA based, they have a lot in LA. But yeah, MJR only in Michigan. So if you're ever in Michigan, definitely go to an MJR. They're good. They're a good theater. But we were in MJR, and I remember seeing a poster. I was like, "What the? That's Wolverine's hand with like a little girl grabbing onto it, and his claws are out." And I was, are we getting an R-rated Logan movie? And I was losing my mind because Wolverine is my favorite. I mean, actually, I'm wearing Wolverine socks right now.
When he talks about obsessed with Logan, by the way,
oh yeah,
he like, you guys don't get
oh
it.
yeah, no, you don't understand.
He bought like 10 or 15 different versions of the DVD copies,
not
and
that
all
many,
the
but
soundtracks
it was like
and posters.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was about 5, and but I remember just freaking out because I was like, "Are we getting an R-rated Logan, like Wolverine movie? When did this get announced?" And that's what was so cool about that time, because like, yes, there was an audience that loved Marvel movies, and I was a part of that audience. But now with all like this TikTok and all this stuff, it has just like ruined people's like patience. It's just constantly,
attention
like,
spans are.
He's gonna be in this movie. This whole entire team is gonna be in this movie. Oh, it's coming out on this day. Oh, we're gonna get the teaser trailer for the official trailer. It's like, why, like. Why
and then the red band will come in a little
exactly.
bit later.
Like, why do we need all that stuff? The way that they were marketing movies before, it was just out of nowhere, because like no one knew that we were getting an R-rated Wolverine movie, which was a huge gamble. And it ended up being, I think it's one of the highest grossing R-rated movies of all time, because it made like $650 million, I believe.
Oh wow.
And obviously Joker made $1 billion, so I mean it's around that margin. But I remember the poster came out, and I was like, "Are we getting an R-rated Wolverine movie?" And I was losing my mind. And then like a couple weeks or a month later, I don't know, it's been 10 years. But I remember the trailer dropping, and it wasn't the red band trailer, it was the normal trailer, and they were showing just some pretty like intense stuff in this. The Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, just looks like old and grungy and just like tired. And I was thinking, this is gonna be an R-rated Wolverine. And then like New Rockstars was posting their videos on it and picking out all the stuff. And then they dropped the red band trailer, and I kid you not, the scene where Logan stabs his claws through that guy's head was like a huge whoa, like boom, like, yeah, we're getting an R-rated Logan movie. This is going to be sick.
Yeah.
And that is just, yeah, you guys have no idea how obsessed with that movie I was. I was literally like so obsessed with that movie. It was crazy. It was nuts. I still have like a whole entire like Logan shrine in my in my bedroom. But
you hear that, Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, exactly. You hear that? Are you creeped out yet? But yeah, Logan is just one of those special movies that is, without question, peak. It is my favorite Marvel movie. It's so good. James Mangold, he also previously directed The Wolverine, which I think is, I love The Wolverine, the one where he's in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I love
the scene. That's the movie where there's the scene with him like getting bombarded by like the cleaning crew when he's like in the bath and they're all scrubbing him, and he's like, "Oh no, I got that part. I can do that part."
Yep. So I love that movie. I always did, especially the director's cut. It's even better. People hate on that movie, but I still think it's good. Logan is just something special, especially Daphne Keane, who returned in Deadpool and Wolverine as X-23. And ever since Logan came out, I had always just like, we need an X-23 movie. Like, we just need an X-23 movie. And now that she's been acting more and she's older, I think she's 19. She might be 20 now. But she could definitely still kill it as in an X-23 movie. Like, oh my gosh. Like, that movie was just something so special. And I wish that they had ended, like, because they did. That's where Wolverine was going to end. That's where Hugh Jackman was going to end as Wolverine. And
then Deadpool said no.
Yeah, which was just like, a bit unfortunate. I thought they were going to go in a different route. I love when they first announced that Hugh Jackman was going to come back to make like the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to defile like Hugh Jackman Wolverine's grave," and then that's literally the first thing. He literally defiles his grave
by definition.
Yeah. So I mean, I still
and
really
then he uses his bones as weapons.
It's a great scene. I do love Deadpool.
It's phenomenal.
I do love Deadpool and Wolverine, but yeah, I wish that they had just left Logan alone. Yeah. And thankfully, that was not the same Logan. It's a different Logan. But Logan's definitely something special. Still, I mean, definitely expanded my love for what I do today and all that. It just really just like kept me in that like headspace of like what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And it's just, I mean, it's so badass. It is such a badass movie. And that movie's also. And I didn't even do this intentionally, but it's also a movie that's in black and white. They have a noir version, which is so good. If you haven't seen Logan Noire, it is, again, fantastic. If they do it correctly, black and white can look really good on any movie. But yeah, you haven't really talked much about it. I've kind of just been like rambling.
No, it's fine. I mean, there's not much else to say. Yeah. It was phenomenal. Like, I mean, this is, again, and we talked about it in previous podcasts, there are very few movies that I will rewatch willingly. I have rewatched Logan on an incalculable amount of times.
Me too.
It's so good.
Easily.
It's so good. And there's a little part of it, and I know that you also liked this part of it, just because you love the whole movie. But I know that every now and then we'll talk about it. I'm so upset that we didn't get the car that Logan drove at the beginning of the movie. I was so it was like a futuristic Chrysler 300, I think.
It was like a 24 Chrysler.
Yeah. I thought,
It's sick, because I remember when we first watched it, I was telling my dad, I was like, I want that. And what's so funny is now we're literally in 2026, so we are past that year. And the Chrysler 300 looks the exact same as it did when that movie came out, because that car design is so
it's very cool.
Good.
I will say I think we both have a tiny bit of like nostalgia lenses when it comes to the car too, because when we were younger and we saw it, that car was insane.
Oh yeah.
And now when I rewatch it, I'm just like, the car's still cool, but a little bit of it has worn off, but it's still very cool. It looks like it was made for a movie.
It does.
Essentially. Now that we're beyond the year of 2024, it just looks like it was one that was made for the movie. But it's still, I would love.
And it didn't look like too futuristic either. It kind of just looked like what they thought that a Chrysler 300 would look like in 7 years, because that's when the movie.
You know what I think? This is really topical for us today, but I think it'd be really cool if one day we go to like the Autorama like we did today, and we see that car in there on display, like we just
that
saw.
That would be such a niche find.
I know. We just saw like the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. Like, it was in person.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah,
that was super cool.
I'll put a picture of it up, but I'm sure you guys
Chitty
know what it
Bang
looks
Bang
like.
car is one of the most iconic cars.
Apparently, the car's from 1914, which is
insane.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like one of the first like cars that like were ever like for like road safety. That was like one of the first.
It was very cool.
It was such a cool car. But obviously they customized it like
a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a
that thing looks like a Gatling gun. Like But yeah, so Logan, absolutely stunning movie. I think that, see, that's how you bring characters back without it being nostalgia bait. Because who knew that we were ever going to see Charles Xavier saying fuck and like dick? Like how are we, like, when did we like when did we ever like think that we were going to get that, especially a Wolverine that had like,
I felt so bad for Charles during the whole movie. It was so sad.
I know. The whole movie's sad. It's just like,
the entire
like
thing
all
is,
men cry at that movie. It is just, not to be sexist, but that is like, you have your sad woman movies and your sad man movies. Like, that is just how it is. Which, if you're a woman and you cried at Logan, That's totally
That's
fine.
fine too.
That's totally fine. You're allowed to. I give you permission. No, I'm just kidding. I was just feeding the joke. No, seriously. I mean, any movie you can cry at. It's totally fine. Just making jokes. But
I cried at the SpongeBob movie.
yeah, I know.
When he ripped off the mustaches.
I'm a Cooper, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, this isn't obviously one of the movies that I have on my list, but the original SpongeBob movie, I love how they pivoted in between like live action, cartoon, how it was like a meta movie, about a movie with people watching the movie that we're watching. I thought that was pretty cool.
Exactly.
But yeah, Logan's amazing.
But yeah, I think the way that they just decided, like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna make an R-rated Logan movie or R-rated Wolverine movie where Wolverine is 230 years old or whatever. Actually, I think he's 195. But
statistics.
Yeah, we're gonna make
actually.
Actually.
I think at this stage, he's 195 years old.
But like that's how you really like make a unique movie. And I wish like that's the problem now because it's probably not gonna be. We're probably are in the final, like, or not. We are in. We're past the final stage of being able to get unique and on their own Marvel movies, because Sony, well, I mean, obviously Sony made their, I love Sony, but they made their Spider-Man spin-off series without any Spider-Man movies. Yeah, you got Madam Web, Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, and now apparently they're thinking about rebooting all of those and redoing them all. I don't know why. Like, just do new things. But I think we're
or
past
at least
that.
Get a time.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We just had Madam Web. We haven't had time to forget how horrible it was.
I think,
what are you doing?
I think we're past that point of being able to get unique movies, because not unique, but like Logan, where it was a part of the X-Men universe, but it wasn't. Like, all the X-Men movies were a part of like the same universe, but just the timeline is so confused, and we were always just getting a fun and different movie. And now every single like property is almost owned by the MCU. Mm-hmm. Like, Incredible Hulk is not owned by the MCU, but Universal's never gonna make another solo Hulk movie. Sony still owns Spider-Man, and they will never, ever, 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 ever let Spider-Man go. It would have to be like a big price. I mean,
bigger than anybody
like
could ever.
Maybe $1 trillion. Yeah. I wouldn't see them selling it for any less than that.
It's too big of an IP.
It's too big. And what sucks is that they have the IP and they're making like garbage. Mm-hmm. I think Spider-Noire is going to be good, but I think it's not just Sony that's working on that movie. But I just wish that we could still just get like, I don't know.
Or at least just be less stingy with it. You can own the IP, just stop it with these restrictions. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're limiting it so much.
Yep. Like, now DC they're making like the new James Gunn DC. Now all those movies are going to line up with each other, but well, actually no, not necessarily, because now we have the Batman, which is not a part of that universe. Like, I wish we could just get like a Marvel movie that doesn't have anything to do with the MCU, and it's just something fun and new and different that we don't have to be like, is this connected to this movie or like whatever. I just wish we could do that. But yeah, Logan. We'll move on from Logan, but Logan is a fantastic movie. My favorite Marvel movie, definitely peak cinema without question. Mm-hmm. But what's your next pick?
Alita.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that movie.
It's been a while since I saw it too.
But no, it is a great movie.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually not making this up. While we've been going through this, I've been making up my list. I've been rewriting my list while we've been talking.
Really? Didn't you have a list though?
I do have a list.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
But as we've been talking, for like some things that you say will like randomly make me think of something and make me think of something else. So Alita Battle Angel wasn't originally on my list, but I immediately added it the second I thought about it, because it is, and same thing with Founder. The Founder actually wasn't on my list that I had written either.
What was your original list?
We'll go through it. We'll go through the 5 that I had listed at the end, just in case we don't end up talking about any of them, because who knows? Maybe I'll just think of other things on the fly. But Alita Battle Angel, it's just, how did we not get a sequel? Just by the way,
don't know.
Or something else?
I don't know. Was it a huge box office success?
I don't know if it made a bunch of money.
I want to look it up because I don't know.
But and I guess I kind of lied, because you said, I don't know if you're going to talk about animes or whatever. The movie's based on.
Oh, but that's different.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It made 404 million on a budget of 170 million. So
Oh,
it
cool.
made
Yeah,
it made
it's
it
a good
it pretty much
success.
broke
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. It's just so good.
It is.
It's like
It is a good movie.
For whatever reason, I can't think of like there's very few movies that I think of nowadays that have a better use of CGI. Like the way that they did a lot of her armor, like her face visuals.
Yep.
I can't remember. I saw someone talk about this recently. Actually, I can't remember her name. She was just on Last Meals because we were talking about that show, the Mythical Kitchen show.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Who she plays the main character in
Fallout?
the Fallout show.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Her eyes.
People were talking about
yeah.
how if they casted her as
I'll put
Alita,
respect on her name.
yeah, if they cast her as Alita, they
Yeah.
didn't have to do the CGI because her eyes.
She
are just
yeah,
that big.
I mean that's true. Her name is Ella Purnell.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ella Purnell.
Yeah.
But that movie, phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It is a good movie.
I really
And
hope
it's emotional,
that-
too.
Yeah, it is very, very emotional. 'Cause
But it's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching that because I do not like. I'm sure he's a wonderful man in person, but I don't like. Oh man, I know his name. He did the Spy Kids movies. Yeah, Lita. I know his name. I'm just like I'm always blanking. Robert Rodriguez.
okay.
So, but I do not like Robert Rodriguez for some reason. I just don't like his directing style. But he did do a really good job with this one because he also directed. I think he directed most of, the Book of Boba Fett. And that show like. That show is. I do not like that show at all.
No.
But like, I just don't like the way that he handled some of those episodes.
Like maybe an episode.
The ones with the Mandalorian are great,
Yep.
but there's like just one episode that is just so like, oh, I just don't like it. I don't know. I just maybe the first Spy Kids movies is good, but the I don't know. Besides the point, because this movie's really good. I think he did a really good job with this movie. It's really it's like surprisingly fun. Like it could have not a lot of anime shows that are turned into live action movies like Ghost in the Shell are not always great. Like they're not always great. But this one, I think people could watch it and like
not even know
that it's an anime movie and like really love it because it is a fun movie. Like it's a really good movie.
I think the visuals are really well done. I think the storytelling between Alita and her father, like the dynamics that they have and the reasons that
I love Christoph Waltz.
Yes,
he's
amazing.
so good.
He's so good. What's the?
He's the only person that has ever played a Nazi and an anti-Nazi and win an Oscar for both roles.
And also be in Green Hornet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's so good. I mean,
so
he is
good.
like
He's such a good
he is
actor.
a great actor.
What I don't know why I'm spacing on the name, but he was also in this TV show that I watched. I can't remember if it was like a Prime show or HBO. It was like he came in to do like it wasn't The Accountant, but it had a similar name to The Accountant. It was something like he came in and helped like a business
the show.
succeed.
Yeah. The Consultants?
The Consultant.
Was it The Consultant?
I think it was The Consultant. That show, phenomenal, by the way. If
It
you
is.
haven't watched
It's
watch
fun,
It's
yeah.
really good.
He's really good in it too. He
yeah.
was definitely I want to look it up.
He's such a good.
Yep, The Consultant.
He's just such a good actor.
He is. He's a really good villain,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I liked about him in this movie because he wasn't a villain.
No, he was just a
I'm trying to
caring
think of any
dad.
what other character except for Django Unchained, which was the anti-racist.
Yeah.
Has he played like a nice person? Oh wait, that's so funny. He was in another movie called Big Eyes, which he was a villain.
Yeah.
He was,
but he was another Big Eyes.
But
movie.
another movie about something that has to do with big eyes, which is a good movie by the way. But yeah, Christoph Waltz I'm trying to think of any other movie that I've seen with him that he's played like a good character.
I can't think of.
I can't because this is like
he
is a good guy in this movie,
character.
right?
He plays a good character. All of
Oh
the
no,
movies,
good.
but
Yeah,
like
a character
good
that's
at heart.
good. Yeah. A character that's good.
Yeah.
He is like, I know, like I think Alita kind of finds him doing something, and she thinks that he's like bad or something.
Yeah, it's more so. Like,
It was more. It wasn't that him like getting parts or something to do like because that's what he did right in the movie.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's been a long time, but kind of the way that I thought about it, not literally, but like think of it as like Pinocchio and Geppetto type relationship, where like he's the Geppetto, kind of. He's like the father of Alita.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about this movie so much is that
Oh wait, yeah, that's basically. Oh yeah, I guess that movie's basically Pinocchio.
kind of.
Yeah.
But like it's about self-discovery. It's
Yeah.
about understanding of other people, because like Alita thinks that her dad, obviously not a literal dad, but her father figure is doing something that isn't right, and he was just trying to protect her the whole time, and he didn't tell her about like the core that she had or whatever the thing was that made her like react to the ship to get her new suit to get all like
Speaking
her like
of,
weapon.
This is gonna sound really weird, but you're gonna understand what I mean, and if you've seen this movie, her body. Just like the whole like
the porcelain
design.
the whole porcelain
like
idea.
The design is so cool. It is so cool.
That's what I mean by like the use of CGI.
The CGI
is
great
in this movie,
and the
phenomenal.
breakdown of how they do it, like because the scene, it's the scene where she's first learning to be sentient and like
learn how to walk,
like, and she's like
I think
she's like eating an orange or something, and they do a breakdown of like the actress, which honestly the actress kind of looks like the character, but they kind of just like shrink her face and blow up her eyes, which is just such a unique like character design. But yeah, just like the porcelain design is so freaking cool,
and it just more symbolism towards how her dad was acting.
Yeah,
trying to protect this porcelain that doesn't want to break. And the reason behind the death, if I'm mistaken, correct me, but like the reason why he was so protective over her is because he lost his original daughter.
I think he did lose his original daughter, which is exactly Pinocchio. But I didn't even think about that. That's literally what Geppetto's character is. Which don't ever go watch. Honestly, I don't like any of the Pinocchio movies, but don't watch the live action one. Watch Alita Battle Angel over that.
Yeah.
If you want to see cool shit go down and have a similar story.
I just hope that we, at some point, get some sort of sequel. I don't know if
there was supposed to be one.
There was supposed to be, but there never was.
I want to look it up.
And it was so funny. It was one of those things like like the song "Somebody You Used to Know."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They came in, dropped a banger, and then just left, and didn't do anything with it since. Like I don't know how they made a movie as good as Alita Battle Angel and then never made anything else afterwards. At least in my opinion. And I feel like it's a pretty good, like it's a pretty well shared opinion. A lot of people that I've seen talk about this movie are just how did we get nothing after this?
I know, and that's so stupid. We always are getting movies that like deserve a sequel. Like, actually, wait, I think. Do I have that one on my list?
Is this a good pivot moment?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Oh, it's not, but I'm gonna put it on my list because it makes sense.
We're making revisions on the fly.
Yeah. Okay. So are you okay if we? Okay. The Nice Guys. With Ryan Gosling and what's, oh my gosh, I'm so bad with like being like put on the spot for names. Russell Crowe.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I know the movie you're talking about. Yes.
The fact that we haven't gotten a sequel to that movie is criminal. Like absolutely criminal, because they set it up for like, which also I rewatching that movie. I
think I've only seen it once.
It's, oh my god, dude, you gotta rewatch it. It is so hilarious. It is just such a good movie. I mean, guys, I have a crush on like Ryan Gosling. I mean, like, so
we have a Ryan Gosling episode coming up like next week.
Yeah, we do. So we'll talk about that. We might talk about this one again, but
I guess I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah. But yeah, Ryan Gosling. Because I've rewatched this movie a good amount of times, like maybe 5 or 6, and.
You sure you don't want to change that?
Yeah, 6 or 7. But rewatching that movie, Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, they complement each other so much. Like a Ryan Gosling reminds me of a young Russell Crowe, and a Russell Crowe reminded me of a older Ryan Gosling, especially in that movie. Just their dynamic and the way that they were able to perfectly like hit their lines of dialogue with each other, like just so beautifully. And it's so upsetting that we haven't gotten a sequel yet, because they set it up for them, because they, at the end of that movie, they begun working together like officially. And I think that movie took place in the 70s, and I'm pretty sure they were setting up a sequel to take place in like the 80s or something like that, or like the late 70s, and it would have been so good. It's not too late. I think we could still get a Nice Guys sequel, but the
nicer guys.
Yeah, the nicer guys. But it's such a good movie. I mean, it's so fun. Ryan Gosling is just so good. His comedic timing is unmatched. And I have another I did have another Ryan Gosling movie on my list, which we'll talk about. But I just love the movie. Do you remember anything about it?
Not too much. I think it might have been one of those movies that I like put on while I was working on other things.
Oh, okay.
And then that was the only time I watched it.
It's definitely
I remember
so
enjoying
worth watching.
it.
Yeah,
I remember enjoying it.
It's definitely so worth watching it, like all the way through. It's such a it's.
I wonder if we're gonna have a movie that we disagree on whether it's peak or not, because we've agreed so far.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Alita Battle Angel, I think I love that movie. I don't know if I would put it on my like peak cinema list.
Oh yeah, well it's not like top 5 for me,
well,
but it's
that's okay.
It's
you
one
can
of
think
those
it's
movies.
you can think it's peak cinema.
Yeah,
I don't have to. I still think it's a really fun.
Oh yeah,
movie.
no, for sure.
But I just didn't think it was. I don't think it warranted me being like, I don't think that's peak cinema. But it's still a great movie. But The Nice Guys, it is such a. It just takes you back in time to just like the old like, almost like Lethal Weapon, which Lethal Weapon was made by the same guy that directed this movie, Shane Black. Just incredibly fun. We won't talk about it too much just because you haven't seen it. You're gonna have to. It's just such a. Yeah. It's such a good
I'm
watch.
contractually obliged to watch it now.
Yeah,
We have next
it's
episode.
such a good watch. I don't know if it'll be the Ryan Gosling episode will be next week's episode. It might be the following week. It depends. We're trying to line it up with
I
Hail
thought
Mary.
I thought you said maybe it was the beginning of March, but
I said we
you
should
might
start
be right.
watching the movies at like the beginning of March, so that we can film it the week before the movie comes out, which comes out. I'm just thinking out loud. I think it comes out March 20th, so we'd have to film it.
So this episode,
the 14th, I'm pretty sure.
I think this episode goes up on the 6th.
So
would you want to
it's
post it on near the 20th
so
or
we
record it?
film it. So we don't film it next week, but we film it the week after, and then it goes up the 20th. So that Friday,
yeah.
the 20th, the Friday.
All right.
Yeah.
Enough talking shop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Back to
you guys
movies.
just got the whole entire like layout of like what the not next week, but the week after.
Almost the whole month.
Yeah. Now you know exactly what we're doing. You know where we live by now. No. But the Nice Guys and if however many people are watching this episode, not many yet, but if you've seen The Nice Guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This movie is so funny. It's so unique and just like authentic, and how it takes us back to like the old buddy cop kind of movie, and it's just so good. It pisses me off because this movie came out 2016, so 10 years ago this year, and it's just dumb that we haven't gotten a sequel yet because Ryan Gosling obviously has been doing so many good. I mean, he was on a roll that year. He was in La La Land, Nice Guys. They've both been doing like their own things, and actually, I think there was a Nice Guys sequel that was supposed to happen, and I think they scrapped it or put it on the shelf or something like that. So I have really low expectations for them to actually make a sequel for this movie, but I am hoping that they do, because this is just, I can't wait for you to watch it. You're going to understand what I'm talking about. It's such a funny movie. It's a great movie, but we'll move on to your next peak pick.
And this is one that is on the original list that I wrote down. Ready Player One.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love Ready Player One. Again, it's one of the movies that I'll rewatch anytime. I think I've watched it 5 or 6 times at this point, which is a lot for me.
You know, I haven't rewatched it a lot. I think I've probably only ever rewatched it once. But I do like it. Yeah. I do like it, but go ahead.
I thought it was a perfect depiction of a video game movie.
Okay.
Without like being like in relation to a specific video game. Like I think it was a perfect showcase of video game culture as like a whole.
Okay.
And like movie culture as well.
Yeah.
The way that they like the universe was an MMO that was immersive and adaptive to everything else, and like the little subtle Easter eggs, like the Easter eggs were
not
the
even
whole
subtle.
point.
Like there were like
I just
thousands.
meant like no. I just meant like how the movie drew attention to Easter eggs.
Oh yeah.
Because like
I love how the
eggs
Iron Giant was actually kind of like a main character in
Yeah.
that movie. It was so fun. I think it was someone's like
like they were building
avatar or something. Yeah,
it was like a tool or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it
building,
was.
and
Yeah.
They used it near the end of the movie, and Godzilla was also in there. Mechagodzilla
Right. Yep.
at the end of the movie. Yeah.
That's right. Which is funny because Mechagodzilla hadn't even come out yet, because the Mechagodzilla
I'm
for
sure- I think
Godzilla. For
Mechagodzilla
God, well,
been around
Mechagodzilla has been
forever.
around for the since
Yeah.
the 50s, but
Yeah.
we haven't really seen like a CGI version.
Oh yeah, no.
Until the Godzilla -1, Godzilla versus Kong, which
yeah.
is when we first saw like the CGI one. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
But I think the movie was just really well done. Like
It
from
was.
someone who
Well,
like
it's Steven Spielberg.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently there is supposed to be
Ready Player 2.
yeah, there is. That's actually what it's called, Ready Player 2.
Oh,
But
right.
apparently the book sucks. That's what I heard.
I didn't read any of the original
Yeah,
books.
I know,
don't-
like,
I don't
we're not-
read.
yeah.
I don't read.
I only read certain books if I'm like really into like a certain movie, but which I kind of want to I kind of want to read Project Hail Mary because I've heard it's like one of the greatest sci-fi books of all time. But yeah, apparently Ready Player 2 just is not a good book. But apparently, I think they greenlit the movie. I think.
Well, let's hope that when and if it. I'm curious how they. I don't know how the books go. So I don't know if Ready Player 2 is an immediate succession to Ready Player 1 and like it follows a story.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like what's Ready Player 2 the movie going to be about? Is it going to continue on the story of the main character and his friends now owning the Oasis? And like, because in my mind, like it'd be cool to get a second one, but in my mind, they finished the first one without leading into a second one.
Yeah,
like
I think that's why people didn't like the book because it just didn't seem like it needed to be made.
Yeah,
like they were only making it like just like how they make the last two Hunger Game movies. So the well, technically the last two. So the Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, which
amazing.
might end up being on this list eventually. But that movie, I remember when we watched it and left the theater, we both looked at each other and we were like, dude, that was like shockingly good.
Insane. The fact that they, oh, man, damn, you know what?
Are you gonna put it on your list?
I want us to talk about this. I want us to
Okay.
talk about the movie. So
Okay.
it'll be the next one that we talk about from my list.
Okay, cool.
Because
I love that
there
movie.
were a couple movies on the list, and maybe we'll
Yeah.
do like maybe we'll do like what's the when you have like a top 5 but it doesn't make the top 5 but it's right below
Honorable mention.
honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll do like an honorable mention of one of the movies
Okay.
that were on my list. But
Or you can just save it for the next time we do the segment.
True.
So
Yeah.
we can just do that. But no,
But yeah.
yeah, we'll talk about that one. But what were we talking about just now?
The
Oh yeah,
Ready Player One.
What I was mentioning is kind of like how Hunger Games. So for the Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, and for the newest one, the Sunrise on the Reaping, the author literally wrote those books so that Lionsgate can greenlight the movie. Like,
Oh.
yeah. So like she wrote Songbirds and Snakes, and then I think it was like as soon as that came out, they greenlit it, and then 2 years later it came out, and then Sunrise on the Reaping came out back in 2024, and then it got greenlit immediately,
Could
and
you
now it's
imagine
coming out
having-
this year.
Could you imagine having that much pull?
I know.
Where you could just write a
That
book
is
and
nuts.
immediately have a movie made.
I
on
know.
it.
Imagine like just
And have
not
it
even
be-
having to imagine, but
and have it be good.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
A
Ballad
lot
of
of people.
Songbird- Oh my! It's such a.
A lot of
We're
people.
jumping- we're
yeah,
jumping
we're
ship.
jumping guns. We'll get to Songbirds and Snakes, but a lot of my friends didn't like that movie, and I was like, how
How?
do you not like that movie?
How?
It is literally like the second best Hunger Game, in my opinion. I think it's like
I love the fact that they focused on like the, and you didn't like you realized it, but you didn't realize it the whole time through. But like you're experiencing the birth of the villain,
yeah, exactly.
and like that's why I love it. So
it was
much.
so good. Like you know that he's bad. Like
Yeah.
you know that President Snow is bad. But you kind of like are connecting with these characters. You're connecting with what's her name? The main girl. Gray. Lucy Graybird.
Yes.
Is that her name?
I
think Lucy
I
Graybird.
think so. I'm really bad with names. I think the name is.
I would be
Lucy Graybird.
really shocked if I actually remembered that ballad. I guess we're moving on from Ready Player One.
Yeah, well, I guess we're doing 2 of mine in a row then.
Yeah, we can. That's fine.
But while he's looking that up, just to
Luce-
finish up the Ready
Lucy
Player One.
Graybird.
Wow,
I
you
was
were
right.
nice,
Yeah,
right,
I was
right.
right.
You were nice, right?
Yeah.
You were right. Nice.
No, uh-huh.
But just before we move on, just Ready Player One. I think it was an amazing.
I actually had one thing to say about it, but go ahead.
about Ready Player One.
Just a little
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
I just think it was, again, it's just one of these movies, and as someone who doesn't like rewatching movies, I will go back to it time and time again. And maybe it's just because I have a huge personal connection to video games.
I was just about to say
Like,
that.
I have a massive connection
Yeah.
to video games.
I was just about to say
like
that.
99% of the people that I'm blessed to call friends
Yep.
are all because of the video games that I play.
Yeah.
And shout outs to all of you out there if you happen to be watching. You probably
Yeah.
aren't, but if you are, yeah. But it's such a good depiction of like the community of gamers.
Mm-hmm.
From the good and the bad aspects.
Yeah.
Companies are out there to take your money, Riot, I'm looking at you. For Valorant.
Oh yeah.
I spent an ungodly amount of money on skins in Valorant.
I know you did.
We're gonna move on from that. But I have since mentally reset.
Yeah.
I no longer do that. But it's just such a good depiction of video game culture and like the inclusion of like movie culture as well. I would love to have a game like the Oasis where it is just super expansive and you can like dress as your favorite movie character or build your own things and like.
I mean, don't they have that? I feel like they have that already.
Well, they don't have. I mean, there's
Really?
there's like character customization, but not to the extent that the Oasis has in this movie.
I
Like,
guess so.
I guess the closest thing would be like Fortnite, and I hate Fortnite. Like how you can
No,
have, like,
don't we have a virtual reality world? That's...
Oh no. We do to that extent, but I mean like being able to like customize your characters and have different skins from different universes and all that kind of stuff. Because like, I mean, there's a couple games now. Like, I mean, Call of Duty has a couple of like collaborations. Like they did one with
God, Call of Duty pisses me off so much.
Yeah.
Like,
God, it's unfortunate.
It's just so I have started playing just because I've missed playing Call of Duty. But I haven't been getting any of the skins. I just think it's so stupid.
I burned
like,
myself out on Call of Duty back in Cold War.
I just miss it, and now all the older ones are just like they lag too much, or they're full of hackers, so you can't have fun with it anymore. So I have to suffer through the new games.
Yeah.
But I hate the way that they're handling the Call of Duty franchise.
I agree.
It sucks so much. They're ruining it. But before
Ready Player One.
Yeah, before I forget, Ready Player One. I don't know if you've seen it. You can pop up a picture once you're editing this video. But the poster for this movie. Have you seen like the? So the main our main character, our main character. He is, so it says Ready Player One, and he's on this ladder, and he's like doing this, and his whatever leg is on the step, and then his other leg is like, so here's his leg. And then his other leg, his foot's like all the way down here, and his leg is like twice the size of his other leg.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to see this.
Yeah,
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, it is so weird. Just look up Ready Player One leg poster.
Player One leg poster.
It's so.
That's really funny.
I know.
That's a thing. Oh
Just
my
look
God.
at his leg.
No, you're right.
But like when you first look at it, it looks fine. But then when you really look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, his leg is like super long.
Yeah, that's
his third leg.
Tripod. That's
Let me see it again. It's just like
that is so weird.
Yeah.
I've never even thought like.
Yeah, does it look at that?
It looks so weird.
Like, but even if he like extended his other leg, you'd think that it would line up, but it just does not look right. It just doesn't look like. It doesn't look right.
That's really
It's
really
strange.
weird. That is
it's
very
literally
weird.
longer than his body.
Yeah, and that isn't the poster I was thinking about.
Oh,
So maybe
okay.
they have a bunch of.
But yeah,
I'm assuming.
So that was just something. When you said that, I was like, oh, I gotta mention the poster because like everyone. I remember when people first started seeing that, they were just like, oh my god, like how do you even like mess that up?
But yeah.
But yeah. So do you want to move on to Songbirds and Snakes, or do you want to move on to the one that I was thinking about?
Whatever.
Which,
I don't mind. I mean, we've talked about the Songbirds and Snakes, but we can
did.
revisit it later. It just depends on if you want to go back to back, like back and forth, or if you just want to cut through. Because if anything, we can just do ballads, and then you do two of yours, and then I'll do one, and then you can finish it off. I
Let's.
don't know if you already.
Huh?
If you do
I've
two in a
done
row.
I've done
I think you've
three.
Done three.
I've
Yeah,
done
okay.
three, so I have two more. So we'll do mine first, and then we'll move back to Songbirds and Snakes. So okay. This I'll save the one that I know that you've seen. I know that you've seen this because we saw it together, but I guess I'll save the one for last, so we're not ending it on like you not being able to talk much about it because I don't think you've seen this one, but maybe you have. Crazy Stupid Love. With Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone.
Crazy Stupid Love. You start talking about it, and I'll look it up and like.
If those who know, Crazy Stupid Love is seriously one of the best rom-coms ever. It is so good. Have you seen it?
Yes.
You have seen it.
I've only seen it once, but I have seen it. Yes.
How does it end? What's the plot twist?
Maybe I haven't seen it. I've seen.
I'm not gonna spoil. If you have not seen it, I'm not gonna spoil the plot twist because it has one of the most like insane plot twists ever.
No, Well, I don't know if this is the end of the plot twist, but it's like Ryan Gosling is dating the daughter of
Steve Carell's
character.
Yeah. So, but it's like
I was trying to think. I was like, what's the
But not even the best, like one of the best plot twists, but just one of the best, just like everything like comes together, and the writing is just so good because you got the daughter, That babies you got you got the girl that babysits Steve Carell's son, and she has just like this huge crush on Steve Carell's character, and she ends up taking nudes and then tries to give them to him because obviously she's a teenage. She doesn't know like what a guy would actually end up going through of receiving those, and it's just that whole entire ending because then the dad finds out and just like beats him up, and then Steve Carell punches Kevin Bacon who slept with Steve Carell's wife, and he's like, "Oh, you're whatever I forget like whatever your name is," and he's like, "Yeah," and he just like knocks him out, and then Steve Carell's wife has a blindfold on, so she has no idea what's going on, and Ryan Gosling is like, nuh-uh, you yeah, that is not the
He's
yeah.
like-
don't
he's-
call him that. She
he's-
was like,
he's
"Hi,
putting-
Daddy," and he's like, "Don't call him that."
Putting together like the
Yeah.
puzzle pieces in his head, and you can just see
I
it
know.
happen on screen.
I just love how she says, "Daddy, what's going on?" And Ryan Gosling's like, "Don't call him that.
do that.
Don't
do
call
that.
him that."
Don't do that.
It is just such a good movie, and that culmination, that scene is just like one of, if not just like the greatest ways of like pushing everything together that's been happening throughout the entire movie. Because one, we have like the plot twist of her actually being his daughter comes out of nowhere, and it's such a good plot twist. Such a good plot twist.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, and
yeah,
I don't remember
it
the
is such a
majority of the
good
movie, but I
rewatch
do remember that, and we'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean,
so,
hey, look, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Well, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone have been in 3 movies together. They were in this movie, they were in La La Land, and they were in Gangster Squad, which I love Gangster Squad. I haven't seen it in a long time, but they are like probably my favorite duo.
Like
on screen.
On screen
They
couple.
are my favorite duo in La La Land. Like that's my favorite. Mia and Sebastian is my favorite duo, but they are just so good on screen together. And Ryan Gosling's so hot, man. He's so hot. God, he's so hot. But also Emma Stone, she's been doing actually. So apparently she's gonna be in a new rom-com coming out. I think it's called the
Without
darn it.
Ryan.
I know. Apparently, it looks like Chris Pine might be in it, but it's confirmed for Emma Stone to be in it. But since Emma Stone has been in like Poor Things, she was in The Favorite, she was in Begonia. She's been doing all of these just like very like out of the ordinary roles.
Yeah.
But she did a lot of like, you know, she was in Easy A, she was in Crazy Stupid Love, she was in La La Land. Like she did a lot of cute movies, and she's such a cute actress. Like she just like her persona is just so fun. Like, and I miss that kind of performance from her. So
Very
I think
bubbly.
Yeah, just like nice, especially in La La Land. Just she's one of my favorite performances. I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much. Ryan Gosling.
How many
right there.
pictures of Ryan Gosling are on here? Is it just
One,
the two?
2. Yeah, just the 2.
What's the bottom one? That's like
Her.
okay.
It's him in front of the screen. And then I have Logan, Whiplash. This is just so insane. Again, please go check out Sophia. It's Soofiasart on Instagram and TikTok. So go check her out. Just so incredible. Just like look at that picture. It is just
insane.
unbelievable.
The actual
it is unbelievable.
The detail is crazy.
It's unbelievable. I just like still can't believe that she was able to pull it off. I mean, I believe
believe
that.
it,
That's
yeah.
why I hired her.
Yeah.
Because I knew that she'd be able to, but it's so unbelievable.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. So definitely make sure to go check her out. Second plug of the video. But I can't say enough nice things about it. It's so good. But yeah, so Emma Stone, she's just so great. I mean, she's so good. She's really good in this movie too. Her and Ryan Gosling, they just are such a great duo. Steve Carell. Steve Carell has been in a lot of movies where he plays like this dorky looking just like 40-year-old that has nothing going for his life, and then he transforms into like a hottie. He's so good in this movie. I love the opening shot where the camera is panning underneath the dining tables, and you're seeing all of these relationships with the heels and the dress shoes, and then it goes over to the wife that's wearing, I think she's wearing dress shoes or high heels, and then he's wearing like white dad shoes and like khakis, and he's eating, and she's like, I want a divorce, and then he starts choking on his like such a such a such a good way to open up that movie. Crazy Stupid Love. You again one that you have to we'll rewatch it.
Will have to rewatch it.
Yeah, we'll rewatch it. But it is just such a fun, different, like when you want to watch a rom-com and you're tired of it being just like, oh, he cheated on her, or oh, she's in love with two guys and doesn't know which one to pick. Watch this one. It's just so unique. It's literally like almost a boy rom-com because, you know, you have Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell having this fun relationship, and Ryan Gosling's trying to teach him the way of, you know, being a ladies' man and being a womanizer, and which is not something you want to, you know, strive to be, not at all. But it's just a fun movie, and that's part of the plot of why that is not the most important thing in the world. But just great movie, peak. I mean, like it is like it's like when Harry it's like when Harry Met Sally, and then this movie. Like La La Land, I would consider a rom-com, but it's not your traditional. It's definitely more of a dramedy. It's more of a dramedy. But as far as like rom-coms go, where there's like not a whole lot, and the movie does end with like the couple working out and things working out in the end, which things do work out in the end in La La Land, but not in the rom-com way. So I think it's like When Harry Met Sally and then Crazy Stupid Love, just like the best rom-com. They're so freaking good. But we'll move on to
the next on my list, Harry Met Sally.
No,
no, not on my
peak.
list. But
it is peak.
It is peak.
But we'll get to that in a different episode.
Yeah. So ballads.
Yeah, we can talk about ballads. Well, go ahead. It's your pick, so you go ahead and talk about it.
Well, I mean,
we already talked about it a little bit.
We did, but I mean, the main thing that my main takeaway from that movie and why it was so good was just I love when movies and like when the direction that a movie takes focuses on the reason why a villain is the way that they are.
I had a brain fart. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the most genuine. Yeah. Hold on.
Yes.
Just like hear the gases.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
Anyways, I love when movies do that because it makes you, it gives you internal conflict. And I like when movies challenge. Like I like when movies challenge the way I like when movies challenge you. And being able to set aside, being able to be shown that you can set aside your hatred for something.
Yep.
And understand the reason why they're that way.
Exactly.
Is beautiful.
I agree.
To put it very simply, it's a very, very, very good way of constructing a story.
Exactly. And I think there's so much like hate in this world, and not a lot of people have the ability of being able to access their emotions on a deeper level, and they just choose to just hate people because one, they're told to, or two, because they can't take a moment to really like understand the person. Like, yeah, you can
step out.
You don't have to like what they do. Like, they could be the most like they could be the worst person in the world, but use this as an opportunity to really like access your emotions and understand their character and like, you know, what makes them who they are. I totally agree, because I think people are so too quick to just be like, oh yeah, I hate that character so much. I never want to ever think about the character again. It's like, well, why? Why do you hate them so much? Like, tell me, why do you hate them so much? So I think I agree, because that movie was it actually kind of made me a little emotional. And I think it was because,
did for me too.
Yeah, I think one, it was just every single actor in that movie did a great job. The pacing, the direction, the scene where, so I forget his name, but it's the one that was basically trying to like mess everything up for everyone with like the recording or something, and then he ended up. Well, it was President Snow that was recording, and then I think he put the blame onto someone else, right? Because then he got hung at the reaping tree. Not the reaping tree, the willow,
I'm trying to remember that. I'm trying to remember that specifically.
Well, he was basically like yelling out for his mom, and he was about to get hung.
Yeah.
And then like the crows all flew away once they all dropped. Francis
It
Lawrence.
was Snow that
Yeah.
was recording. I was trying to remember the
Lawrence.
scene.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, he basically framed him.
Yeah,
he
framed him by using
to get him
he
and
used
Lucy
one
Gray
of the
Bird.
birds.
Yeah,
it was like one of the birds.
Oh yeah,
to record.
the Mockingbird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mockingjay.
Or Mockingjay. Yeah, but that just what Francis Lawrence was, because I think the movie has like. I think it has like a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, but on Letterboxd it has like a 3.6. Like it's kind of like Babylon. The way Babylon, like Rotten Tomatoes hated that movie, but Letterboxd has like a 3.9 out of 5 on it. It's just I love that movie so much. Also, like the final shot of him, he says like such a badass line. It was what did he say at the very end of the movie? He said something that was so aura farming. He said something so good. You can't have like something without a little snow, or something.
Oh yes.
What did he say? And it was like the final shot with him wearing his traditional like red garb, and then he just walks into the camera. So good. So what?
I was trying to look it up. It says it's the things we love most that destroy us, but I don't know if that's the actual line.
What?
You can't have something without a little bit of snow. I'm trying to find it, but I don't know if I can. I can't. I don't know what it is. I know the line that you're talking about because it is something like that.
Snow always lands on top.
Yes, that's what it is. It's
That
such
is
a
such
good
a
line.
like damn, like it's
Yeah.
just it's so good.
And anyways,
Yeah.
there's it's not only is the line amazing, but like the reasoning behind
Yeah.
it, because his whole thing, and it's just again, this is why I love the
Well,
movie.
he did anything that that's what we were talking about him framing that guy and him getting hung. He literally just did anything to get his way. Like that is what he rigged the games. Like that's who he is.
But he rigged the games, but the whole thing was like, at least in my opinion, this is how I genuinely took it. He was rigging the games because he wanted the girl.
Oh,
He wanted like it was like.
why have I never thought about that? Yeah.
And that was the one thing that he couldn't have. And when that line, "Snows always lands on top," or falls on top,
Snow
or
always
whatever,
falls on top.
Yeah, I love that line so much because it's not only because now this is who he is and he'll do nothing to be on top.
Yeah.
It was a spiteful line towards that. I don't know what the classification of her was, but she like created all of the creatures for the games. What I don't know what her name is, but I think she had like not a prosthetic eye, but like a weirdly colored eye.
Yeah, she was it was
like the game maker. She was the game maker, I think, right? She like created
not Lucy Graybird.
No. No, the one that like created the snakes.
Oh, her. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was played by what's her name in real life? She was in Euphoria. Right? The one with like I just want to look it up.
I'm trying to remember. She was the I don't know if she was a professor or something, but she was the reason why Snow was she was the reason why Snow was so impactful in the games.
Her? Hunter Schafer, the
no.
Tigress?
No.
Viola Davis. Yeah, Viola
Davis'
Davis.
character.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember her name.
I totally forgot she was in this movie.
Yeah, she just at every single opportunity, Snow was trying to do what he could to make sure that she survived, because I felt like there was this amazing chemistry and connection between him and her. And the whole reason why he was rigging the games was because he didn't want her to die. Because there was, at least, maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'm talking out my ass.
He was rigging the game so she wouldn't die?
Yeah.
But she had nothing to do with the game. She was the game creator.
No, not her. The Lucy Graybird.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Him and Lucy Graybird. Like,
yes. So I thought you meant her. I was like, why?
No. But the line. Didn't he say that line to her, Viola Davis's character? Snow always lands on top, because at the end of the movie, she gets what's hers.
I think you're right. We'll have to rewatch it because I've seen it a couple times, but I think you're right.
Because like
I think they had like their final conversation, or
Snow always lands on top because she didn't want to be replaced as the game maker.
Peter Dinklage was also in it.
Yeah, but I don't think it. Because
he
poisoned. Did he poison himself?
No, because it was the medicine that he always took, and then Snow had spiked it with a poison.
Oh, right. So
And
he
then,
did say it to him.
and then I think it was he said it to him. Like
Yeah.
snow always falls on top, and then he took it, and then he died.
Mhm.
Damn, this movie was just so freaking
So
good.
good.
Like now that I think about it more and more,
Even though we're mixing up
Yeah.
a lot of stuff at the
no,
end. But
no, the movie is it's so good.
the whole reason
It's so impactful.
The whole reason I love it so much is it's again the same thing I said before. I love when movies take a direction that make you love something that you should hate.
Yeah.
I love Snow as a character.
Oh yeah.
His origin story is so sad.
Yep.
His
It is.
upbringing,
Yep.
what he went through, and why he is the way that he is
Exactly.
now. It was just so good. And
Yep.
like when we watched it, I was thinking about like if there was someone that I was so attached to that like
Yeah.
because like it resonated with me as like a love story. I don't know if it was meant
yeah.
to be written that way, but like the Lucy Graybird,
A tragic love story.
yeah, a very tragic love story. But he literally did everything and anything within his power to make sure that
Yep.
she made it out on top.
Yep. He
And
did.
then-
Kill people. I mean, and she like, cause she even knew that. And actually, I think it was like, so she was completely fine with all the murders that he was doing, but
Mhm.
apparently it was he only told her about about all of the killings except for one, and then he slipped up, and then that's when she like left him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he was doing everything for you. Like,
Yeah, not
he
to
was
be dramatic, but
he was doing everything for you.
Yeah,
Like,
but
no, but
it's just
it was
the birth of the villain. It was so
and the scene,
well told.
The scene where he is like running after her, like once she leaves, and
Mhm.
it's like the hidden guns, and then he shoots the gun up in the air. It's just there's so many good scenes in this movie. Just
so
like
good.
the sound design was great, the costume design was great.
The
I
score
loved
was also
the score
good.
was
the songs
awesome.
were
Yep.
amazing. The ballads.
It was yeah. It was just it is good. And actually, I guess we can clip farm this too. But how would you rank all the Hunger Games movies now that we have Sunrise on the Reaping coming out? I think I would rank them Hunger Games, The Mockingjay Part 1, Mockingjay Part 2,
Are you going like best to worst?
worst to best.
Okay.
Yeah, worst to best. So Part 2, Part 1, and then shit, I messed up. Just like got confused. So we're gonna restart it. We're gonna restart it. So still we need the clip. We need the clip for the clip farming. Okay. So where would
Gaining
you
all this traction.
with Sunrise on the Reaping coming out this year, how would you rank all of the Hunger Games movies? I think I would rank them the Mockingjay Part 1, Mockingjay Part 2, and I'm going worst to best.
Yeah.
Hunger Games, which is not a worst movie. Hunger Games is great. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and Catching Fire, easily.
So I agree with your list for almost everything.
Okay.
But I think I would flip Ballads.
The original Hunger Games?
No. I think I would flip Ballad and Catching Fire. I actually think that
That's your
Ballads-
favorite?
I think
Oh,
Ballads is my favorite.
That's
of the
valid.
five.
That's valid.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean,
and
I don't
think-
agree, but I agree with
my
like,
reasoning. Or, like
yes.
the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
I just think that
People are gonna hate that answer, but guys, that movie's great. Like,
it's
like,
phenomenal.
It's a
I mean,
great movie.
it I don't know. There's just we were talking about it before, obviously, but there's something about storytelling from the villain's perspective that makes
Yeah.
you have a different feeling
It's
towards
so
them.
it's so good.
It's just
It's great.
I'm just repeating myself, but it is just such good
Yeah.
storytelling.
I love a
so-
character that is like that's why I love BoJack Horseman. I just love a character that you can just attach yourself to, even though you know that they're not a great person. They do terrible things, but you have that level of empathy, and you have that you're emotionally invested, and you take a moment to really understand the character, and you're emotional. You feel bad for the character. You're grateful that you're not in the position that your character is in, that the character's in. But it gives you that moment to really just like understand the character,
Yeah.
why they're so
Why they're that
evil,
way.
why they become as evil as they are. Because Snow is just like a evil person. He is bad, and
For
like
someone with a pure name
which-
like Snow,
yeah,
he
exactly.
is tainted beyond belief.
and I am so
he is
excited.
the yellowest of snow.
Yeah, I am so excited to see Ray Fiennes. You know who that is, right? Ray Fiennes.
I'm bad.
He
with
was
names.
in. Well, he played the Nazi general in Schindler's List. He was in The Menu. You know that movie, The Menu?
Yes. Yeah.
He played the chef.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Voldemort.
Yeah, Voldemort.
Yeah.
Duh. I totally forgot that he was Voldemort.
Yeah.
But he's playing Snow in the new movie, in like the newest one that's coming out.
Oh,
which,
my
by the way,
gosh.
that movie, Sunrise on the Reaping, I remember like telling people before Ballad, a while ago, that it would be so cool to get a Hunger Games story that followed Haymitch's games, because they doubled the tributes. And now this is what the movie's going to be about.
Oh, I can't
It's
wait.
going to be Haymitch's story.
I can't wait.
And so that movie's going to be great. Where would you rank all the Hunger Games movies? Let us know. But yeah. 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 But
how do we not have a clacker? Like how do we not have
I have a
one of
clacker,
those?
but we could
Like,
yeah.
I just mean like as a prop. Like it's a movie podcast.
Yeah, I'll get one. Yeah.
We don't have to actually use it because they're
Yeah.
obnoxiously loud.
Yeah, they are loud. But no, I can get one. I have one. I just have to bring it in. Okay, so is it back? I just have one more, right? It's my last one.
Yeah,
All right, let's
and
see.
then
I
have
think
one
I had
from-
one. Oh yeah, you know what? We'll go with this one. John Wick Chapter 4.
Goat.
Yes.
Like
The
the cinematography, the bird's eye
so
view.
good.
The
the
top shot of the house.
of the incendiary rounds. Literally, every John Wick movie.
I'm like 90% sure when we saw that, because
Yeah.
we saw it was you,
It was
me, Jules, Mateo, and
Mateo
Kenny.
and
I think
Jerica.
Oh,
I think
Jericho was also there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember when that scene was happening. I like looked to my
I
left
know.
and right, and all of us were like, we were
So good.
We were locked in.
That movie is
It's
just
so
like
good.
like
I felt so bad for Kenny though. He was getting like insane motion sickness
Oh, I know.
throughout the whole thing.
poor Kenny.
Yeah.
But
It was just strobe lights.
yeah, that movie was just like action scene after action scene after action scene. I mean, it just like immediately jumps right into it. Even the
Was Jules with us? I don't remember.
I don't know. I think it was Mateo and Jericho.
Mateo and Jericho
yeah.
for sure were
And
there.
Kenny, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jules was there.
I think he was. Did that happen when he still lived in New York?
It might have.
I-
I mean, it was
it might have-
2023.
Yeah,
so-
he was in New York.
Yeah.
then, Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Random
Anyways.
side tangent aside.
But I mean, there were just so many great scenes in that movie. The scene in Paris when they're drifting around it and they're having that fight scene. It's just just what they were able to do with this character and this story. Every single movie just gets better and better and gets bigger and bigger. And the costume design, like Bill Skarsgård's outfits throughout the entire thing, are just glorious,
I love Bill Skarsgård.
amazing.
He's such a good actor.
He is a really good actor.
That whole family.
Yeah, I know.
They're just.
I know Stellan Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård. I don't know. I forget. But
I'm
there's
bad
four
with
of them.
names.
There's
Yeah.
four of them. Two of them are super famous, and one of them's not as. But very amazing family. I mean, incredible family of actors. But John Wick Chapter 4. I mean, this movie is just so. It pisses me off that. I think in 2027 is when we're finally gonna get best stunt choreography category at the Oscars, because
Okay.
we haven't had that ever, and it pisses me off because this movie would have won.
Yeah.
Like, it's so annoying that one hasn't been a category at the Oscars, but two, that like we just got so many amazing movies with incredible stunt choreography and they're not going to have the chance to get that Oscar. It's just so unfortunate.
Yeah.
But John Wick Chapter 4 is just, I mean, that is peak. I mean, that movie is just so freaking fun. It is so good, and the cinematography is really, really good. It ended like I didn't expect, spoilers, I didn't expect John Wick to die. But I think
was it actually like told? Because that's one
Well-
of the things I love most about the movie is that they left it very ambiguous.
I think there was like so many things said about it. They came out saying that like, yes, John Wick is dead, but then they also came out saying that they had shot a scene that would have suggested that he is alive, but they kept a little bit of it in, like the scene where the dog kind of looks off. There was supposed to be a longer scene that was supposed to prove that he is alive, but they kind of faked his death. But I think that like, you know, because now we have Ballerina, which is good, with Ana de Armas.
I actually don't think I've seen that one.
It's good. Yeah, it's not. It's my
I
least
still need to
favorite
see
out
it.
of all the John Wick like movies. But what?
I don't know if the mic picked it up, but
I think I heard it. Was
I
it
had
like
like
your
a random tiny
throat?
little like. Have you ever had one of those burps where it
Yeah.
like isn't a burp but
But
just
it's-
like
yeah,
gas
it's in there.
just
Yeah.
leaks out?
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I saying?
But yeah, it is good. The ballerina movie is good. It's fun. And I would love to see them make a John Wick Chapter 5. It would just have to be like so right. Like they would have to make it make sense because I feel like the whole John Wick story, the way that these movies work, where like one immediately goes into two immediately went into three, and three not immediately because there was a little bit of a time where John Wick was trying to recover.
Yeah.
But basically, all the movies just lined up so perfectly, and it's just such a good movie because the way that it was even. I would, and I don't know if you've seen it, but I would definitely recommend watching Wick is Pain. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it.
It's really
but
cool.
yeah,
It's a documentary about how John Wick was basically like almost not a thing because they were trying to get a budget for this movie and they had a budget and then they lost the budget because they just did not they just were not given the confidence in thinking that this movie was going to be a success, and they wanted to change so much stuff about the movie, especially with like the killings and like the graphic violence. And they got very lucky. Lionsgate ended up being their sole like provider, and they made that movie, and they made it on like a really minuscule budget. I think it was like $3 million or something like that. And it made a ton of money, and then they were able to make John Wick 2, and then just they made this whole franchise, and now the 87 studios, I think, or something like that. Now they're they're in charge of the Violent Night movie, and all those like John Wick-esque action movies. Like it just like John Wick changed so much about action movies, and it's so good.
And
John Wick Chapter 4 is great.
Circling back to Logan with the whole car thing, dude.
Yeah,
dude.
I know. The Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Yeah, I think the Eleanor was only in the first John Wick movie.
One,
but yeah, that is
it's still
a
iconic.
67 Shelby Mustang GT 500. That is my dream. It is my dream car. Yeah. It's a beauty.
It is gorgeous.
It's like $400,000 though. So I mean, hey, if you guys want, maybe you can help that. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Fund his dream car.
No, I'm just kidding.
My dream car might have changed today, though. That Corvette.
The Corvette. That thing was really cool. That car was really cool.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you guys have no idea what we're talking about, but
this is very behind
yeah,
the
this is
scenes
just but
Two
yeah,
brothers
gorgeous.
that hung out with their dad today.
Yeah,
looking at cars for 3 hours.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. But yeah, John Wick Chapter 4. I mean, it is something else. It is a beast. Yeah. We've talked about so many beast movies. Like it is just a beast of an action film. But yeah, we'll move on to your last pick, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's an oldie.
Ooh.
And it's topical for today.
Is it Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it actually?
It is actually Tucker. It is actually Tucker.
I knew it.
It's a movie that you probably haven't seen. It's definitely low on the radar, I think, especially just with how old it is.
Yeah.
So, but our dad, huge into cars, and I think he definitely instilled a lot of that in us. We both are pretty big car guys, I would say.
We're more about the classics.
Yeah,
all
definitely
that
more
stuff.
about
we like newer cars, but we definitely have attached more.
A big affinity
classics.
for old muscle cars, for sure. Which again, we were talking about that earlier in the podcast, just how we went to the Autorama today and stared at a bunch of classic cars that were all redone. But Tucker, this movie is amazing. It's probably just because biopic is kind of like a newer genre. I would say that this is one of the originals. There's definitely others that came out before this.
There have been more before it, but it's definitely one of the more like, just like
staple of the genre.
When you look at it, it's like, yeah, that's a biopic. Like it's about something.
Yeah.
It's
So the story is about a man who is an entrepreneur, and he's just invented a handful of things in the past, and decides what the next best thing is apparently this car. And one of the things that I love so much about this movie is that it showcases where a lot of the stuff that we have nowadays we just don't even think about. Like, so the movie is about a guy named Preston Tucker. He is an entrepreneur. He did like a lot of military work. He like created a car. They didn't end up using it in like the war or whatever, but it was this insane tanker that had like a machine gun, and it had a helicopter engine in it, so it was super fast. It would have been unreasonable to have it on the battlefield, so they didn't use it. But he took that concept and decided to make what he thought the future of cars would be for like a family. And a lot of the things that are in this car Never were before. It's kind of hard to think that a lot of this stuff never was a thing when it came to automobiles, but this was the first car to have like safety windows. So before this, if you got into a car accident and smashed your windshield, you were going to have shards of glasses in your eyes, which they actually depict in the movie.
They do, yeah.
When he's talking about it and they actually show it. And another thing
while
that they
they're
did,
eating like raw meat.
yeah, they're all eating like their food and they're looking at all this blood.
Yeah.
On a big like projector screen. But so safety windows was introduced in the car. Seat belts were never in cars before this, and this was the thing that got seat belts into cars. It's just it's a tragic story about like. Tragic might be a stretch, but
well, it's tragic, but it's
in terms of it's not tragic in the sense of like a tragedy,
no.
like romance or relationships, but it's tragic what the world does to somebody sometimes because the story is about an entrepreneur that's just trying to have like the next big thing, and it gets shut down. So the story is about a big family man, entrepreneur, makes a car, tries to make it this whole thing, and then in the end of the movie, there's a court case with the big three car producers, Chevy, Ford, and GM, and he ends up winning the case. But ultimately, because of the case, it like prolonged the timeline where he had to get the cars out and they shut down.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't know the car, it's a Tucker Torpedo. Came out in the 40s, and there's only 51 of them ever in the world. They have the prototype that they made, and then 50 production model cars that never officially hit the streets just because of, the lawsuit that happened. But I think this movie it's just beautiful. It's obviously aged. It's older.
Oh yeah,
it's a very old
Jeff
movie.
Bridges is in it. He plays Tucker.
He's really good in this role.
Oh yeah,
honestly. I think
it's
one
a
of his.
good
It's one of my favorite roles of his.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
And it might just be nostalgia lenses of why it's my favorite role of his, but it's such a good movie, and it big roots when it comes to me. Like I'm a huge car guy, mainly because of this movie. And the Tucker's actually the dream car.
Oh yeah,
I would love to. If I could ever amass enough money, there will be signs. You won't know that I'm rich, but there will be signs.
Probably the rarest car in the world.
It's one of them for sure.
You can, if you're ever in Michigan, you can go to the Henry Ford Museum, and they have one on display there, one of the Tuckers, and it's such a cool car. And one thing you didn't mention was that it also incorporated, which cars now don't do it, but they had a third headlight. So it had the normal two that you have, and then it had one in the middle.
And actually, that was another thing that he tried in terms of like ingenuity. It wasn't just a center headlight. The center headlight was tied to the axis wheels on the car. So whenever you turn, if you turn the front, so when you turn the front wheel, like when you turn to turn the car, the middle light would follow which way you were turning, so that you would always have a light like shining where you were turning. So it was a really, really like ingenuitive car. Innovative. Yeah, that's a better word. But the other thing too is that obviously old cars are really heavy. This thing had a helicopter engine in it. Yeah, it was running. There's a scene where like just to show like how much cars didn't have. There's a scene in the movie where he's in a cop chase. Like the cops are chasing him, and he gets away in a second. And the police are like, "What are we even supposed to do? What are we even supposed to do?"
It's definitely like, I mean, imagine that car became like what Ford is. It would just be, I mean, like where it would be now. Like what would the Tucker look like now? It's just like it definitely is a tragedy because it was
actually. You say that after he got. It's kind of funny because the movie ends with him obviously not producing the car, and the next thing that he was coming up with was like a personal sized refrigerator for 2 containers of milk, so you could store your milk for longer. Like it was, they showed it. He he was doing it in the court case. He was drawing up schematics for a fridge while he was winning this lawsuit, which was really funny. But I think he moved out of the country after the whole Tucker incident, and he ended up designing another car. A second Tucker Torpedo. That one didn't even get as far as the initial one, but he was trying again, that's just the entrepreneur way. But it's such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I don't know if you have as much of a connection to it as I do.
Probably not, but I still think it's a good movie.
It's
and
a very good movie.
I understand why you have that much of a connection to it. I mean, it's like for car lovers. I mean, that is like the movie that car lovers have always watched and just love that movie. I wonder if the prototype is still around somewhere.
I mean, I assume some of them are. I know that, like I said, only 50 production models were made, but over half of them have been destroyed.
Yeah.
So there's like,
And what do you mean by that? Like been destroyed? Like just
just through the ages.
just
And
okay.
I'm sure some of them like,
Because some of them are probably collecting dust somewhere.
yeah, and there's a bunch that haven't been surfaced, but I'm
Which is
I'm
so
sure,
crazy to me. I
and
love that kind
maybe
of stuff.
and maybe that's what people mean by 24 have been destroyed, meaning or like somewhere around there, like only 24 have been found.
Oh,
So
okay.
as far as we know, the other ones
Yeah.
have been destroyed. A lot
And
of them
are they
been,
just
but
owned by people, or are they like at?
Yeah.
They really just people
It's
own
just
them?
the original 50. Just after the whole
That's
court
so
case,
cool.
they went to whoever like paid for them initially because
Yeah.
that was one of the things. It was so a lot of companies now, a lot of brands and products and stuff, they're all crowdfunded.
Mhm.
A lot of smaller businesses. This is probably one of the like original crowdfunded things because in the
Right,
movie
yeah,
they
yeah.
talk about they like put an ad in the paper for the car of the future today, and it was you could buy the rights to sell the car at a dealership.
Oh,
And like be able to
right.
get in. So like that's how they funded the production of the
Yeah.
car. And it really sucks. And you guys, I don't want to spoil too much about the movie, but it's also been out forever. So
It's also based on a true story, but I mean,
well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You can look it up even without seeing it. But the big three, they had it out for the little guy.
Yeah.
It's such.
They always do.
It's so like the movie is literally about like the American dream.
Yep.
And how the American dream gets shut down
Yeah.
by people that don't want you to have that dream.
Seriously.
Because they gave him such strict timelines, guidelines, everything that you have to meet. Like the reason there's 50 of them in existence outside of the prototype is because you needed 50 of them to reach the production state.
Mhm.
Like he made 50 of them within an insanely tight timeline to meet the standards in order to have it be a fully production model car, and then they shut them down anyway. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I said, if I'm ever wealthy, no one will know, but there will be signs.
Even if you're wealthy, it's like how are you gonna? It's like finding it would just be
Yeah,
hard.
well,
like tracking
there was
someone down that'd be willing to sell it.
yeah, and I don't know, and maybe if
We just gotta go hunting and like try to find one in a garage somewhere.
yeah, we'll just
Like go back to where it was made.
Yeah.
Like where was it made? It was
Here.
I know it was made in the United States, but or was it Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
Michigan.
he's from Michigan.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure.
yeah, we just got to go back to where he lived, and we got to go to every single barn, every single house, every single garage, and just find one one is definitely under a tarp somewhere.
Oh, there's
like,
got to be.
100%.
There's actually someone in Michigan. We met him. We
Yeah.
went to that car show
Yeah.
outside.
Yep.
He fully restored. I don't know what he does. I don't remember his name. But he owned like a milling company, and he was able to reproduce and recreate like the screws and the molds that he needed
Wow.
to be able to rebuild his Tucker.
That's so cool.
And then he ended up selling it for multi-millions.
Oh yeah.
That was gorgeous. That was the only other
Yeah.
one I've seen in person,
It's probably
other
one
than
of
the
only
one in
ones
the
that's
theaters.
like fully like
Restored.
Because
Yeah.
even the one at the Henry Ford Museum is
It's original.
it's original.
It's purely original,
Yeah.
and it is gorgeous.
Oh
Again,
yeah, it's black.
It's blacked out. I think it's got tan interior.
It's gorgeous.
It is by far none the.
It's
my
literally
dream
just it literally looks just like a cast iron skillet. It's just like pure
timeless.
It's like that thing is probably 8,000 pounds. Of
Probably
pure,
more.
Probably more. Probably. It's just like pure like craftsmanship. That's a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have vehicles like that, but that was a car.
Yeah.
Like that was what cars were. They were not cheap. They were cheap, but it's because things were
Yeah, the time was way.
the time was way
yeah.
different, and like you could get that kind of materials, and they weren't like upcharging that kind of stuff. Now they're just making it with plastic and aluminum and just like the cheaper stuff. I mean, those cars could get hit and not take any damage. Just
Tanks.
like they're absolute tanks.
Tanks with a helicopter engine.
Like,
in this case,
Just seriously, all cars from that time were just tanks. That's
Yeah.
why they last this long. Like you won't see a Honda Civic in 50 years that looks good. Like I mean, unless someone
no, but I mean the fact that they can
unless-
still hit like 250,000 miles without.
yeah, but
No,
like
that's
unless
impressive.
someone like keeps like doing it every 10 years, like that car, if it was in a garage, it would not last. I mean,
Yeah.
those cars rust away
Mhm.
and they do not last. But stuff like that just lasts like forever.
But yeah, I mean this car, it's rust bucket, undrivable,
Yep.
no wheels,
Millions,
millions,
like 4.
easy. Like I mean, if it's like borderline not in existence anymore, and you can still get it, it's probably $2 million. Like
Yeah.
it's a very very expensive car.
Yep.
And so there's 50 originals, one prototype. Obviously, they did make 50 for the movie.
Yeah.
So they're obviously not original Tuckers,
Not
but
original,
they
but-
were made for the movie.
Yeah.
And then so there was I'm pretty sure they went through with it, so there might be 50 extras, but they're not originals, obviously. There is one of the guys. It's a YouTube channel. You guys can go check it out. I don't remember their name, but if I can figure it out by the time the video goes live, I'll put it in the description. If you have any interest, there's a guy whose dad was going to be one of the dealers for a Tucker. Like he paid for the ability to sell them, and because he paid for it, he got sent a bunch of like schematics and blueprints, and the son ended up like starting an auto body shop or whatever, and he made 50 replicas. And only made 50 that were like to scale, and obviously just like sold off to the highest bidders and whoever had the money at the time to buy it. I can't wait one day to just have one, honestly.
It would be really cool to have one.
It would be cool to have an original, but if we get to the point in like human existence where 3D printing is so perfect, if I can just make one for myself, even if I know that it's not an original, the car is just gorgeous.
It is a really cool car.
It is the epitome of 40s,
when you guys see it,
50s
you'll probably
style.
be disappointed in how we're describing it because it kind of looks like almost every single car that was released in the 40s and 50s, but it has its own unique twist to it. But we like that kind of stuff. Yeah,
like the taillights were unique. It had like the vents on the back fenders. It had a triple exhaust.
Yeah.
It was a very, like, obviously to today's standard, it's a very unique car because it's cars today
awesome.
don't look
it's
like
beautiful.
it. But
no cars look like that anymore.
We've spent more time talking about the car itself, but the movie's phenomenal.
Well, yeah, but that's what the movie's about. The movie's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like the storytelling of it, how like it's just this guy who has an idea, who pursues this idea. Everybody thinks he's insane.
Just your classic underdog story.
It literally is. Yeah. I mean, like in the beginning of the movie when they tried to show the prototype caught on fire.
Yeah.
And they put the fire out seconds before it was shown to the world.
Yep.
It's a really good movie.
It is a really good movie.
It's making me want to watch it again, actually.
I'm sure we watch it then. I'm sure Dad would love to watch it.
Again, yeah. He has a this is what I mean by it's like my dad's favorite movie. He doesn't have posters of anything, and he has a Tucker poster in his office. Yeah, which is pretty cool. But it's a phenomenal
It is a great movie.
And it's definitely one that you guys probably have never heard of, but you should check out if you have an extra 2 hours.
It's a good
to
movie.
spare. I don't even think it's 2 hours long. It might be like an hour and a half.
It's probably around 2 hours, probably like an hour and 50, but whatever.
Regardless.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll bring us to the end of today's episode. So let us know. I don't know how many people this will reach yet, but if you want to comment down below what you think is peak cinema, and maybe we'll talk about it in a future video.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let us know if you have a movie that you think is peak, and
then we'll change it up a bit. Once we can actually get people like putting comments on the videos, we'll change this up to just picking 5 random movies that you guys pick, and then we'll play a game of if we think it's peak or not.
Yeah,
and then
peak
we'll
or weak.
Yeah, because it's hard doing like a peak or weaker kind of thing like that when we pick 5 movies that we think is peak.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wait, well obviously one person's always gonna see it, but like gotta figure it out. But anyways, that'll bring you to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video, but for now, we're gonna put a cork in it. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.